Welcome back, everyone. We're going to kick right into our first interview for the morning. Prathisha, welcome.
Hi, Zoe. It's such a pleasure to be back. Thank you for having me.
Lovely to have you back. What have you got for us this morning?
So today we're talking about conversations with myself. So if I had to ask you, do you talk to yourself?
I think everyone does.
I think so. I'm glad you're aware of that.
Especially in traffic, like, oh, no.
Yeah. So we talk to ourselves. We talk to ourselves all day, every day. It's the stuff that goes through our minds. It's our thoughts. So fun fact, the average person has about 80,000 thoughts a day.
Wow.
Of that, 80% is negative. So the way I like to look at it, and I hope I'm not giving away my age, remember back in the day when we listened to CDs, right?
Yeah.
So we would have those multiple CD players. You could put more than one.
Yes.
So I like to look at the mind as there's a positive CD and there's a negative CD. Now, which one plays all day, every day, is what we decide, okay? So when we're talking about, we're going to start with the negative one, because the negative one is the one that plays in the background. Unfortunately, it's all the beliefs we've come here with from the time we're like 4 years old. It's all the stories we tell ourselves.
Yes.
So what's in your negative CD, Zoe? What are the type of things?
I suppose it's probably subconscious, isn't it? It's just like living a life, and like I've spent years on stage and life experience and all these things come up, even just preparing for a show. There's always going to be like, oh, what if I make that mistake? What if I do that? Even though it always goes well regardless of whether I stumble or not.
Because you're perfect just the way you are.
Oh, thank you.
Wonderful. But that's not the stuff we tell ourselves, right? So the question is, do you speak to yourself like you speak to your best friend? Or do you speak to yourself like you would your worst enemy, right? And so the first step, of course, is awareness, right? And the second thing is, so the positive CD, let's get to the positive CD. So the positive CD is we can actually put tracks on that positive CD. What type of tracks would make you feel good? I am enough. I can do this. I got this. I am learning and growing. Yeah? What would make you feel better?
Something I've recently learned is that to take from the negatives, take the lesson from the negative and work on doing better next time. Learn from it, and then you can kind of spin it into a positive.
Well, that's epic, right? And we do this to ourselves all the time. Have you ever been to a function or a party or something like that that you didn't want to go to, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And when you get there, the music's too loud. The DJ sucks. I don't know what he's playing and where he got this from. The food is awful. Don't you notice all these things?
Yeah, if you're in that kind of negative bubble, you'll always find something to complain about, I suppose. It's like this and this and this and this.
And the reason for that, there's actually an explanation, is that your mind always wants to be right. Your mind digs up evidence to prove itself right. So when that negative CD is playing, all it can see is stuff that's going to make that right. Okay? So now that we've put tracks on the positive CD, I've got a bit of a trick, okay? So we're going to say the left-hand side is the negative side and the right-hand side is the positive side. No offense to lefties, my son is a lefty, right? So every time in the day that you catch yourself on the negative CD playing, I want you to poke your left thigh, okay? You're going to literally push pause on the negative, right? And you're going to poke your right thigh after that because you're going to push play on the positive.
Play.
So we're going pause on the negative, play on the positive.
That's a good
pause
visualization.
On the negative, play on the positive. And it's excellent to teach your kids this. If you teach your kids this now, you're giving them the best life skill ever.
Yeah.
Their whole perception's going to change.
Yeah.
How epic is that?
That is epic. I suppose a good example of that would be like it's too windy. I hate the wind. No, pause. Let's go fly a kite. My 6-year-old would be ecstatic at that, you know. He's got a kite that he never uses, so.
There you go. And it's raining, well, let's make popcorn and watch a movie.
Yeah.
So pause on the negative and play on the positive. How's that? I knew you'd love that one.
Of course. It's a very good visualization, and being a musician and creative, I need these visualization type things.
Cool.
So that's awesome.
So that's my little gift message for you today.
That's fantastic. I absolutely love it, and I think we can all take something away from that. Thank you so much. All right, y'all, you heard it. Remember to press pause on the negative, play on the positive. Now, stick around after this ad break. We are going to have Neville, and we're going to see what he has for us today.